Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It's Lasina Inspires coming at you live with your morning espresso shot of inspiration. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Today's message is before your breakthrough, you will have to endure. Before your breakthrough, you're going to have to endure. Before we get to today's message, let me introduce myself. My name is Lasina Inspires. I am an award-winning author, international speaker, healing and recovery expert, as well as coach, and founder and creator of Healing is a Journey, a quarterly series of conferences that are designed to help those who have gone through trauma and abuse learn how to start living their best healed life by providing solutions, support, and resources. Boop, boop, boop. Now that you know who I am, what I do, what I'm about, let's get into today's message. Have you ever just felt like you've written down your goals, your dreams, you're like at the finish line, right? You feel like you're almost there, and everything that could possibly happen does. And sometimes we get into this mindset, this mind frame of like, oh, what now? What else can happen, right? And I've been there, and I understand that sometimes that's when we're called to greater, we're tested even greater. And it doesn't always seem fair, but on the other side of what you're going through is victory. On the other side of what you're experiencing is victory. And I can give you a perfect example. I've lived in my original unit for like 10 years, and that's monumental for me because I moved there when I first decided to like leave my ex and just like start over and just do things like on my own. And so I moved there with my children, and I was like nervous about like just being by myself and having a place that I'm completely responsible for with no other income. And so that was monumental for me at that point in my life because I had just lived with my ex for years. Like, we were married, we took care of the home, everything together, and then I decided I just could no longer endure the emotional abuse that I was experiencing. So I decided I wanted to move. And not that it happened overnight, it was a process. And in the process of doing that, I've been there for 10 years. I've overcome a lot. I'm able to manage the home life and the parenting as a single mom with just one source of support and everything. And it hasn't been easy, but I've been doing it with the grace of God and the support of great family and friends. And so one of the things I always had written down on my dream goal list, and if you don't have a dream goal list, get one. It encourages you, it motivates you, and it pushes you, especially when you start to see certain things being checked off on it. And if you need help with that, I have a book for that. Ooh, yes, shameless plug on Amazon.com. And so I made a list, and one of the things on my list, I said I want to move into a brand new unit with brand new appliances, an upgrade pretty much, because I had spent most of my life just having what I could call hand-me-downs, which is like, someone always was there to help me with X, Y, and Z, whether it was furniture, appliances, clothes for the children. And don't get me wrong, I'm blessed and grateful for that. But I was at a point in my life where I wanted new. I wanted upgrade. I didn't want to feel like I was always settling because I couldn't get anything better. And there's a message in that too. Pay attention. And so I decided to make a list of what I wanted, and what I wanted my dream home to look like, and not hold back and thinking what I couldn't afford or what I felt like I wasn't worthy of getting, but really just sitting down and thinking about what I wanted. And in that, I made a list of everything I wanted in my unit. I was realistic also because I knew that my children would have been, were getting older and they would move out and move on, and I didn't want a big old house that I had to maintain and clean and hear creaky noises and be all nervous and scared. But I wanted something that was conducive to my lifestyle, conducive to who I am as a person, but also I felt I came home to and I just loved. Fast forward, I think I made this list maybe 5 years ago. and worked hard on just trying to make sure that I had I created a budget, and I worked on my credit and all those great things, right? And in the beginning, I just was like, okay, I'm gonna get this, this, and this, and a few things fell through, and it discouraged me. And I'm like, you know what? Let me take this list to God, because at the end of the day, He's the head of my life. He's the ultimate creator. And I laid the list before God, prayed about it, and said, Lord, whatever is on this list that's not for me, you remove it. But if it was in your will, provide it. And I left it alone. Fast forward last year, I got an offer to move into a brand new unit that had never been lived in, within the same building that I already live in. And when I look at when I was shown the plans of what will be in this new unit, it was literally over 60 to 70% of what I had on my list, literally. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have to move. I can stay in the neighborhood. Because one of the things I was concerned about was, I love the neighborhood that I'm in. I wanted to stay in the neighborhood. I wanted to be able to have my son's school close enough to where if I can't pick him up or drop him off, he can catch the bus with no problem. That was really important to me as well as being close by public transportation and the expressway. So either if I needed to take the public transportation or drive, I have all my access points. Well, lo and behold, staying in the neighborhood I am in the same unit provided all of that. But here's the part that I had to endure. While I was waiting on the new unit to be finished and built, they had to come into my unit and break down some walls and tear some things up in order to install certain things in the unit that was directly above me. So I spent about maybe 6 months in a unit in my apartment where there was walls missing, ceiling, just a lot of like construction headaches happening. And I almost became discouraged, because I got to the point where I was irritated with the banging and the noise and all of that. Now we fast forward to this year, where I'm in this brand new unit, and I'm still in disbelief, because it's literally everything that I wanted and more. And I'm thankful that I didn't give up enduring, because I would not be able to see the gift of having my dream manifest in God's timing. So what am I trying to say to you in this message is that when you're about to get your breakthrough, when you're about to get what you've asked of the Lord and it's in His will, right before you get to the finish line, it's gonna be some things that you're gonna have to endure. It's gonna test your character. It's gonna build your character. It's gonna test your faith. It's gonna build your faith. But the one thing that I want you to remember is, do not give up. Because if you know that this is something that you want, you've dreamed about it, you've written it down, you've created a plan, you brought it to the Lord, He's gonna make a way for it. It may not be the way that you would have liked, but it's a way nonetheless, and it's God's way. So it's always designed for us to win, for His greater purpose in our life. So remember, when you feel like giving up, when you feel like you're at the end of your rope, endure, because on the other side of that is your breakthrough. Blessings. Have a great day. Remember, in all that you do, rock your rebel, be unashamed, be bold, and walk in your truth. And if you want to start writing out your lists and goals and dreams and just see them start to manifest within God's timing, check out my book, Say Yes and Get Your Life. It is a 12-month goals and journal book that you can write. You can set either 12 goals or 12 dreams that you've had and write down what you're going to do to make it happen. What are some possible obstacles that might discourage you? What are the outcomes that you're looking to have? And journal your way to seeing how you're gonna make it happen. And the beauty of it is you get to look back and see the steps you've taken, how the emotions you felt, the things that you have endured, and look back and see all that and see the end result. Check it out on Amazon.com. LaSteiner Inspires. You type in LaSteiner Inspires, I'm the only LaSteiner in the entire world. It will pop up all my books, and it's the Get Your Life and Say Yes. Blessings, everyone. Have a great day. Whoop, whoop.